This is a special episode. This is an episode outside of my schedule because today I am going to talk about not only the Bitcoin price, my Bitcoin trade, my upcoming Bitcoin trades, my price predictions for Bitcoin in the immediate short term, because there are things happening in the charts I have to push towards you. But I will be talking about altcoins. In fact, I will be talking about 7 altcoin picks. Some of them I bought already and some of them I am looking out for adding them into my portfolio for this current and up-and-coming DeFi craze. We will be talking about all of that. It is just very, very important. Ivan on Tech here in the stream. Big shout out to you to watch this video until the very end. Also to like the video. Go below the video where the like button is. Press it for me, guys. It really cheers up my heart. And more importantly, next to the like button, if you could share this video with your friends, people interested in altcoins and so on, please make sure you spread the word. You support the YouTube algorithm and you support me. Thank you so much for that. Now let's go straight into the content. And every now and then, you can feel free to leave your altcoin suggestions in the comments here down below. And yeah, I might pick them up here towards the end of the video where yeah, I also want to listen a little bit to your thoughts here, to your wishes. 1 minute in and 5,000 people. Guys, we are breaking all records again. MMCrypto is back in the game. Thank you so much, guys, for joining the video. Very, very nice to see that. Beautiful. So I will start here straight from the jungle and I will talk about Bitcoin as well, of course. And of course about my trades, current trades, future trades. But I want to focus today on altcoins. This is very important for me because I feel like I'm doing that every now and then, but I should do it more often. And for everyone who thinks, Chris, now that the altcoins are pumping, you start talking about altcoins. It's not true. It's not true. I want to show you something, guys. I gave you actually timely updates in the moment I was buying altcoins already in September, Uniswap. Right now, nearly a 10x. Congratulations for everyone who joined me on that one. I posted that on the 17th of September. Then I posted on the 25th of December in the big, like when everyone was so bearish on 1 inch when it was going down for ages. Well, I posted iBond 1 inch here for the mid run, and well, right now it hit more than $6 US, more than a 3x within a month or so. Now it's going slightly down here, but I was posting more. I was posting that I bought Monero, Polkadot, Serum. I will talk, of course, about other altcoins I am adding right now to my portfolio. I posted this on the 1st of December. Monero profitable in US dollars, not profitable in Bitcoin. This extremely profitable in US dollars and in Bitcoin. Congratulations to everyone. And Serum also profitable in US dollar and in Bitcoin, outperformed everything here. Congratulations for everyone who joined me here on these ones. So this is what I want to say as well. If you missed out on these ones, it's important to subscribe to the MMCrypto Twitter channel and to make sure that you get these updates in the time-sensitive manner in the moment I am actually posting them. Because well, when I posted them in September, in December, right now, of course, it's much more expensive to get into these specific altcoins. And wow, I already start sweating. I hope you can forgive me. I am here in the middle of the jungle, still coming to you. And it's getting hotter and hotter here in Mexico day by day. That's why I'm wearing these hippie organic clothes with some crystals, of course, to make sure that I'm prepared for the weather which is to come. Anyway, let's start with the Bitcoin content just quickly because this is very time sensitive. I talk about my trades, about my future trades as well. And then I straight here go into the altcoins, into my altcoin picks. I actually prepared for you. Some of them I'm already holding. Some of them I am planning to actually add to my portfolio. And yeah, I am focusing here on higher cap altcoins, at least like 30, 40 million. But I can tell you something. For them, we still have a very, very high upside. Wow, Sweat here, very funny, guys. So, oh wow, I'm not logged into my accounts. Let me quickly log into my account here. Not a good preparation, but I will quickly log into my accounts. Oh, perfect. This is perfect. So let me start with this one, and then I'm logging into that one here as well. Thank you so much for your patience, guys. I truly love you for that. This is what makes an experienced and also successful trader. If you have a little bit of patience, rushing into a long trade and then it's a little bit unprofitable, then going out again, this is an impatient trader, and this is what for sure makes you lose in the long run. So seeing you here being patient is truly a blessing for me. I have to put in my authenticator code. Safety first. Perfect. Now I'm in, guys. And yeah, you remember that I was yesterday talking about this cup and handle pattern for Bitcoin? Well, so far it played out. So far it is not invalidated. I am going very quickly here. I am going just in a second back into the altcoin section. But look at this, guys. So what you can see here is the 1 hourly candles for Bitcoin. We had this very beautiful cup and the handle. You can see it even better over in this chart here. But so far, Bitcoin is breaking down. And the question is, are we invalidating this pattern before we are hitting my price target? Well, this is what I want to talk about right now, because we are at crossroads. Let me go over to the 4 hourly candles. You can see we still have this beautiful cup here. We have the handle, the breakout, but right now Bitcoin is fighting with the horizontal neckline. We do not want to see Bitcoin going below this horizontal neckline, because this would of course be a bearish event for Bitcoin, not only invalidating this bullish breakout here towards the upside, where the price target in fact is, what was the price target? $44,000 was the price target of this specific pattern. Wow, it's getting very hot here. Crazy. But I will continue. I am here for you guys. $43,800. We have to hold this neckline. This is the thing. It is crossroads. If we crash below this horizontal neckline with volume support and with follow through, then we are invalidating this pattern, and this would be bearish for the immediate short term. If, however, we are getting a bounce here, a bounce for Bitcoin, this is your second chance to get into this trade. If we are getting a volume supported bounce on this neckline, I am telling you guys, this is your second chance to get into that trade. This is actually what we are always waiting for. If you missed out on this trading signal, where we were jumping into that trade here, well, this is your second chance. Set your stop losses right now. But if we are bouncing here with volume support towards the upside, I can tell you the 43,800 are still in place for Bitcoin. So please be prepared for both scenarios to come, but we know exactly when A happens, we do A. When B happens, we do B. I will be talking about more, wow, extremely sweaty here. I will be talking about more insights for Bitcoin, of course, also my future trades, but I know that most of you guys are here for altcoins. I can see people popping in. Dogecoin, Elrond. I can see so many altcoin suggestions, and I will certainly talk about a few of them. Also about Dogecoin, of course, guys. Yeah, let's keep it a little bit more serious here. And let me start with the altcoin section. First of all, in general, before I go into my specific picks, not only the picks I am holding myself, but also the picks I am actually planning to add towards my into my portfolio here. Not for the next few days, but maybe even I'm going to hold them for a few weeks here. So let's go straight into that. And this is something we have to understand, guys. The altcoins are going crazy. They were going crazy in the last DeFi cycle. In 2020, it was September, October, somewhere around this time. No, it was August and September when they were actually popping up like crazy. And what we have to understand is, even though they were going down, well, the second altcoin cycle is starting. And even if you bought on the high of the last altcoin cycle, you were unprofitable for a long time. But most of these altcoins are now profitable again. This is why we need a very strong narrative behind every single one of our purchases. What you can see here is CoinGecko.com. I'm using more CoinGecko for altcoins, using CoinMarketCap for Bitcoin, but CoinGecko for altcoins. CoinGecko.com, a very nice website, actually, completely free to use. And here you can see they have their own DeFi menu point here. And when we are going in there, you can see the top 100 DeFi points are in their index. And you can see that they have combined a market cap of $60 billion. This is 600 million per altcoin. This seems a lot, and yes, it is a lot. Fundamentally, most of these altcoins are overvalued right now. Fundamentally, if I were to be Warren Buffett, I couldn't be buying into them, right? But what we are buying here is a narrative. What we are buying here is future exuberance and future overvaluation by immature market investors. So we want to front run them. Of course, a lot of these gains are already made. But what you can see here is all DeFi altcoins, the 100 biggest DeFi altcoins only have 34% of the Ethereum market cap. So this seems like we are still earlier in the game, 34%. The DeFi coins itself, the 100 DeFi coins, only have a 5.2% dominance versus the global crypto market cap. So the global crypto market cap is still 20 times bigger than what we call the biggest bubble in crypto space right now. So we could say there is a lot of room to grow. Maybe not necessarily for Chainlink, it still can grow, of course, but if you want these 100x's, you maybe shouldn't be picking Chainlink, which is alone 16% already of the total market cap here. And wow, why am I losing volume? So perfect, now I'm charging again. So we have to find these lower altcoins, these altcoins with a lower market cap. And just as I told you, of course, I bought Polkadot, I bought Serum. Monero is not really DeFi, but this is something for the longer run, nothing for immediate short-term gains. I told you about that. I bought 1inch, which is also kind of DeFi. Uniswap is massively DeFi. So I bought all of them and I'm still holding them. The question right now is, Chris, what altcoins are you right now planning to buy? And look at this. I mean, this looks like an insane bubble, right? And I can tell you, yes, it is an insane bubble, but that's what the people said about this as well. I mean, come on, that's what the people said about this. This is the DeFi market cap in the last. I mean, come on, guys. You see that? In 2019, 20, and here we had this massive run. You see that? This was the run. This was the DeFi bubble in 2020, peaking out in August 2020. Everyone was saying, well, this is the end. This is the craziest DeFi bubble at all. Then we were going down from 20 billion all the way down to like, I don't know, like 14 billion, including, of course, that more DeFi altcoins were added. So we went down and everyone called this the massive DeFi crash. Well, what is happening right now? I am not telling you that we will make insane gains here, like necessarily for the next few days. What I want to tell you is we have to put things into perspective. And if the last altcoin cycle looked like crazy, like the biggest bubble, well, I can tell you, this one also looked like it. This is the bubble of 2017. This is the bubble of 2020. This is the bubble of 2021. What we have to understand is these bubbles, they are popping, but we always find higher lows. We always bring in more people. And right now, we have maybe 2% of the people being involved in crypto and Bitcoin in the world. Of them, maybe 40–50% are involved into DeFi. So maybe 0.5% in the world is involved in DeFi or less. This means on the flip side, more than 95–99% of the people are short on Bitcoin because are short on DeFi, short on altcoins because they are not involved. This just means theoretically we have, of course, a big potential here to grow even more. We have to protect our capital. I will still holding more than 90% of my portfolio in Bitcoin, no matter what happens. If my altcoins are pumping and they already pumped, I am taking profits into Bitcoin. Very important to understand. So this is what I wanted to tell you before I'm going into my specific altcoin picks. Put things into perspective. Bubble of 2017, bubble of 2020, bubble as of right now. And this bubble might be looking even like more laughable in the end of 2020, where we will see maybe a correction down and then the next pump towards the upside until we are finally going into this huge bear market probably in 2022, 2023, right? So now let's talk about the specific altcoins. And here one altcoin, there big shout out to Ivan on Tech actually mentioning that yesterday, bringing it onto my radar, is SnowSwap. Well, sounds like a joke. Is maybe a little bit of a joke, just like SushiSwap, but what we are buying here is a narrative. And of course, guys, you can buy this today and you can lose all your money by tomorrow. This is what you have to know. This is insanely risky, and where we have the best fundamentals in the history of mankind in Bitcoin, in these altcoins, you don't have big fundamentals. All of this, 99% of this is expectations. But what you are buying here is a narrative. So you have a market cap of 40 million US dollars, fully diluted 65 million US dollars. If we are comparing that to Uniswap, where you have a market cap of 5 billion, well, then we are buying a narrative and a potential 100x at equal valuation to Uniswap. Of course, it's not gonna equal Uniswap, but if we, for example, equal 10% of Uniswap, that would be already 12x for that specific altcoin here. Of course, risky, of course, not the best fundamentals. I'm just telling you here, this is the narrative we are buying. Yesterday, we were talking about this specific altcoin with Ivan on Tech when it was down 30%. Now it already popped up another 12% higher or so. Yeah, 12% higher. So this is a narrative we could be buying. This is something I am buying myself. And if I am losing it all, well, it doesn't matter to me because I make sure that I'm never buying more than like 0.5% or so. Make sure you don't rush into that, especially now that I have such a big reach. I don't want to pump anything here. You would be... Oh, you would be buying into a 12% pump. So let's not engage in these Wall Street bet pump and dumps or so. What I'm buying here is I'm nibbling in today, I'm nibbling in tomorrow, nibbling in the day after tomorrow, because I could pump the order book here. I just want to slowly nibble in, and I will hold it for a few weeks actually, just to buy the narrative here. I'm not buying today to sell tomorrow. This is very important. Something else before I'm going to the next altcoin. I can see already many people celebrating here the snow swap. It's crazy. I mean, how does it sound? Snow swap, fish swap, sushi swap. Sounds a little bit weird, but this is the new world. We are in a digital world, right? I'm meeting here in Tulum, Mexico. I'm meeting self-made multimillionaires, even close to billionaires, wearing these organic clothes, wearing crystals, right? 20 years ago, these millionaires and billionaires, they were wearing suits. So the time is changing. We are in a digital age, and we have to understand that. So let me go into the next one. One thing before I'm talking about the next altcoin, I wanted to show you one thing which is very, very important to understand. Whenever you are buying any altcoin and you want to be involved for the long term, one thing is actually the most important thing to understand to prevent yourself from you losing a lot of capital. And I want to talk about that right now. First of all, I can see here 11,000 people in the stream. Mind blowing. One thing, guys, you see me here sweating my A off. All I want to ask you for is just scroll down and smash up the like button for this video. If you could smash up the like button for the video, I would truly appreciate that. Let's hit 4,000 likes in the immediate short term. Nearly 12,000 people here, completely amazing. And if you, as the MMCrypto army, 12,000 people watching right now, in the end more than 100,000 people watching this video, if you could do me one favor and you share this video on social media, if you feel comfortable with that. If not, no problem at all. But if you share it on Twitter, WhatsApp, Telegram, wherever, YouTube screens the internet and they laugh if you are making this, if you are creating these backlinks and driving traffic to the YouTube platform. So you're doing me a favor, you're doing yourself a favor, but most importantly, you are doing a favor for the people who are clicking on the link or who are getting the YouTube link here, who can share. Thank you so much. Someone is saying, the lover boy is saying, I shared the video. Thank you so much. You're truly a lover boy, truly a big supporter. Let me talk about the next ones here. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing. So one specific metric you have to keep in mind whenever you are buying into an altcoin is the following. By the way, guys, very quickly, if you are subscribed to the MMCrypto channel, I have here in the video description a $12,000 free Bitcoin and altcoin trade. If you click this link in the video description, this Bybit link, as an experienced trader, put in your email address and your password. It takes 20 seconds. After your initial deposit, you get hundreds of dollars for as free margin, and you can trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, altcoins, and so on the platform as an experienced trader. Make sure you take advantage of that before it is too late. Let me go back here. So the most important metric, and maybe some of you already know that, but this is so important to understand. 4,000 likes, thank you so much. So important to understand. It's not only the market cap, it is how many tokens are already in circulation and how many tokens are the maximum supply. And then you can derive from there the fully diluted valuation, because the market cap is the price times the circulating supply. The fully diluted valuation is the maximum supply times the price. So there you can see how much inflation is actually to be expected within the next few weeks or month or whatever. And whenever you see the circulating supply being severely lower than the maximum supply, this is actually still fine. Sometimes you have, for example, for 1 inch, I think, yeah, for 1 inch, it's the case. And I am a big fan of 1 inch, but I know in the long run, this is going to be dumped like crazy, because there are only 100 million in circulation. And 15 times more of that are actually the maximum supply. So you know, within the next, in this case, it takes a few years, within the next few years, the expected inflation is a 15x. Do you understand that this is like a 1,500% inflation rate for the next few years? Of course, this is selling pressure. So the better they perform, the worse the selling pressure will be. But in the end of the day, this is not good for the very long run. So I bought 1 inch. I already made a very good profit, like 2.5x on that for the intermediate term. This is nothing I would be holding for the very long run, because I just don't know how will they perform for the next few years and how many of these tokens are actually going to be done. Very important to understand. The circulating supply shouldn't be all too far off from the maximum supply if you are buying for the long run. For the short term, no big deal at all. So for SnowSwap, this metric is actually fine. We have a nice narrative. We have this Uniswap, SushiSwap narrative. So Uniswap is valued like 120 times higher than SnowSwap. So of course there is some room to grow here. And guys, please don't rush into that. Just don't pump it up here just because I'm mentioning that. It's just an important thing to look at. So another one Ivan was actually also talking about. Unfortunately, since our video yesterday, it already pumped 50% higher. I hope you watched it yesterday. If you watched it yesterday, congratulations to everyone who jumped into that one. You made 40% already. This is why you're subscribed to the MMCrypto channel. By the way, guys, press the subscription button right now. If you are new to this channel, press the bell and press on all. So this one is, of course, the insurance narrative. We were talking about that yesterday. If I'm going back here, you can see, of course, this one is pumping like crazy, but it's not out for too long. It's out since January, I think. And if you are going into the market cap, it's uncertain. So there is a big warning sign behind that, of course, right? But what we can already calculate is the fully diluted market cap, because you have the 93 cents, you have the circulating supply of 100 million, so approximately 100 million in total market cap. The question is, how many coins are circulating? Without knowing that, I wouldn't go all too deep into that. Anyway, if you are in, congratulations for these 30-40% gains since yesterday. This is, of course, what makes me happy here. So another thing was, of course, Uniswap. I bought in at $2.70. I told you about that right here. And right now we already see a crazy valuation. I mean, come on. We are talking here about a $5 billion valuation. And the maximum supply is, of course, 3 times higher than this. So the fully diluted supply, even though they are not really showing that here, are they showing? Yeah, here. 18 billion US dollars, right? So this is, of course, crazy. But for me personally, a decentralized exchange with the highest volume, with hundreds of millions of dollars in volume, well, this is maybe at least a fair valuation. I'm not saying we are going to pump to $200-300, but what I usually like to buy is not only the narrative. I am, of course, buying the little brothers of Uniswap as well, just to make sure, maybe like, for example, SnowSwap, or some of the other ones. But what I'm buying with Uniswap is also the long term, because I think Uniswap is gaining network effects. Uniswap has so much volume, and it will be very hard to push Uniswap from number one. And with the whole market growing, I think buying these big narratives themselves, not only the small brothers of them, is a very valuable thing. This is why I bought Polkadot. This is why I bought Uniswap. And this is why I'm actually also looking into Polkastarter, for example. All of these launchpad projects I'm invested in paid. As you know, it already pumped like crazy since I mentioned it the first time, 25x. Since my purchase in the private sale, like 300x or so. So I'm not telling you buy into that right now, because everything which pumps a lot can dump a lot, of course, as well. But what I want to tell you is buy the narrative, buy launchpads, for example. Because if you are buying a launchpad where you have an incentive structure, for example, that you have to stake the token, for example, to participate in a launchpad, then you can gain actually from the whole narrative. So you have a lot of small projects actually launching on a launchpad, like paid, like, I don't know, like TrustSwap, like Uniswap or whatever. If you have to stake the token, then you can make sure that you are gaining from all the small projects launching on this platform. This is why I think things like Uniswap are very interesting, things like SnowSwap are interesting, things like Paid, and this is where I'm actually buying the narrative. Another one which was mentioned yesterday, and their big shout out again to Ivan on Tech, is Bridge Mutual. And Bridge Mutual, let me just quickly refresh that, is actually right now not pumping, but there we have the same problem again. We have an uncertain circulating supply, and we have the maximum supply at 160 million. In this case, the fully diluted supply valuation is already 650 million. So, of course, I mean, we are in a huge bubble. This is just launched recently. This is an insane bubble, guys. Of course, don't get me wrong, but yeah, you know what, guys? This is not a buy for me. I just don't like to look at this. Let me just quickly go here. This is out since the end of January, right? And we didn't pump so much. We can still pump more. But what I don't like is, and this is a big warning sign for me always, when you don't know about the circulating supply and when the fully diluted valuation is already hundreds of millions of US dollars. This is why something like Swap is of course much more interesting. Another thing which I'm looking at to evaluate which altcoins I want to buy or not is of course defipulse.com. And quickly guys, let me quickly just help my sweat here a little bit, incentivize you guys to smash up the like button. We already have 4,500 likes, 11,000 live viewers. This is completely amazing. And maybe I need a fan. I have to text the concierge for a fan because it's very hot here outside, and inside it's not a good lighting. Leave your altcoin suggestions here down below. Make noise for the algorithm. Yes, I am going to talk about Dogecoin as well. Stay hydrated. Yeah, you're right. I have to drink something. And I am going here into to the next piece of content, which is, in my opinion, a very important one. So, we have a few different important things to look out for. It's the narrative, number one. Then, what is the fully diluted market cap, especially if you want to hold for a longer term? Then, if it's a narrative, if it's a good narrative, what is the biggest brother, for example? How far away are we from the biggest brother? So, for example, if you buy SnowSwap, we are 120x away of Uniswap. So this is, of course, a big room for growth, and we don't have to reach the same market cap. Only a 10% market cap would already bring us a 12x, right? So this is the first things to look out for. The total market cap as well, the circulating supply. Another thing I am looking out for is the total value locked in that project. And this you can look up at DeFi Pulse. Let me go over there. So one of the biggest drivers of this DeFi market is, of course, the lockups, the contraction of the circulating supply. And what I love is, for example, Maker. Even though it's the biggest one, I am invested in Maker because I truly think this is something which is not asking for permission. This is something which is, at least to a high degree, decentralized. I really love Maker and their algorithm. So this is something which is, of course, a very nice thing to look into, especially considering that you have 5 billion US dollars locked in Maker. And what we can do is, one important metric is the metric of the value locked towards the market cap. And here you can see the market cap is 2 billion US dollars. And the total value locked is 5 billion already. This you don't see a lot. So for Maker, even though we have a high market cap already, I am buying into it because the total value locked is way more than 2 times of the market cap. This is fundamentals, guys. This one is actually used. This is something I truly like. And another example, for example, is if you take Yuan Finance, you have a $500 million locked into Yuan Finance, but the market cap is 1 billion US dollars. So here you have a ratio of 50% only, right? Only. It's still a lot of value locked in DeFi in Yuan Finance. But for example, for MakerDAO, you have a 2.5, a 250% ratio. So, no, 150% ratio. 150% more are locked in Maker than Maker is actually valued at. And this is, of course, a very important metric to look out for. This is also why I really like CoinGecko, because there you can see on one side here, you can see the the market cap, market valuation, the market cap, the fully diluted market cap, which is, by the way, very close to this one. So you see the circulating supply very close to the total supply. But the most important thing is the total value locked towards the market cap. And this you can see here is a great ratio for Maker. I really like Maker. I'm buying it for the long run. And let me talk about some other things as well, because many people are talking about Aave. Well, let's look at Aave. You have 5 billion US dollars locked in Aave, and everyone's saying, well, let's not buy into Aave because Aave already pumped so much. Well, you are right. It's a top 515. But what you can see is at least we have a 1-to-1 ratio. It's more or less healthy. You have 5 billion US dollars locked in Aave, and at the same time, a $5 billion valuation. And I don't think you find a ratio like for Maker. Again, it's just like the most beautiful ratio. We can use our crowd intelligence. Let me know here in the comments if there is any other project with a great ratio like MakerDAO, where you have 2.5 times higher value locked in Maker than the valuation is actually. Aave is actually healthy. I'm not saying that this pump is healthy. I'm holding Aave myself. You know, I bought it in September into my DeFi portfolio. Congratulations actually for everyone who joined me on that one. Let's just have a quick look. Everyone who bought Aave, because I was putting that into my DeFi portfolio in August. Oh, actually earlier. Yeah, like it was like, I don't know, $50 or something like that. Let me quickly pull that out here. Yeah, you can't see it really. Like it was approximately like $50. Now it's like an 8x. So of course, congratulations to everyone here. And I was underwater. I have to say, I was underwater. I bought it in. I'm always honest to you guys. I bought it in. I don't know when I bought it, but then it went up a little bit, and then for 2-3 months I was underwater. Now we are all heavily profitable on that one. So of course, congratulations for everyone who joined in that one. I can see here a lot of so many altcoin suggestions here. It's very hard to keep up with all of them. By the way, guys, smash up the like button to a new all-time high. Let's reach 10,000 likes here during the live stream. We have more than 10,000 viewers live, so of course we can smash it up right now. You drink vodka? No, I'm drinking water. Water. This is water, guys. Let me quickly go back into the content, but really, I have to drink something. I want to check out more altcoins. Dogecoin. Yes, I'm going into Dogecoin very soon. The crazy thing about Dogecoin, and the reason why it's pumping so hard, is now not only Elon Musk is pumping it, many other celebrities are actually picking up on that. Wow. Are picking up on that pumping. Look at this. Dogecoin is still pumping. 195 satoshis. That's completely insane. Like it dumped all the way down from 260 satoshis down to 80, and now it's pumping back to 200. All of these celebrities are now pumping Dogecoin, and I can tell you one thing. One thing is certain, guys. What happened here will happen again. So this time we might pump higher than the previous high for Dogecoin. So maybe Dogecoin makes another 2x from here. Maybe Dogecoin makes another 3x from here. But I can tell you something. The last people will be the most punished ones, because Dogecoin has no crazy fundamentals. And what I can tell you for sure is, if the fundamentals are not that crazy, like for example, like for Dogecoin, then after a big pump, there's always a huge dump. And for Bitcoin, you have amazing fundamentals. This is why always we see higher highs and higher lows on a yearly basis. For Dogecoin, you're really buying risk here. But I will go into Dogecoin as well. I will talk about that just a quick second. Ocean Protocol, Fetch, Marlin Protocol. Wow, it's very hard to keep up with all these suggestions. First of all, let's go into my content. In the end, I will pick up some of your altcoin suggestions as well. And thank you so much for all your donations, guys. You know I'm not a person in need. I'm very grateful for every donation here. I will pass it on in nice tips to people who need it here or so. But if you just keep it for yourself and you give it to people in need yourself, you can make sure that YouTube is not taking a cut of your donation here. Let me quickly here continue. Let's have a look at Compound. No one is caught talking about Compound anymore. And some people might ask me, Chris, why are you talking about the big players in DeFi? Why are you not talking about the small ones? Well, because big ones can pump even more. We have network effects, guys. Don't forget that. Here, oh, interesting. For Compound, we have a similar ratio. You have 1.8 billion US dollars in the market cap, and the total value locked is more than 2x of that. Very interesting. Even the fully diluted supply is lower than the total value locked. This is very healthy. Compound healthy, Maker healthy, Aave healthy. Let's look into Curve Finance, Sushi Swap. Let's look into Sushi Swap, guys. That's a fun one, right? And once again, guys, I'm not telling you buy Sushi Swap now, but let's have a look into Sushi Swap. I mean, we all know the story with the founder. That was crazy. It was very sketchy, very scammy. So be very careful here. But also, yeah, I mean, guys, who of you is locking up so much value in these projects? $1.5 billion market cap, total valuation $3 billion US dollars. This is also healthy, crazy. Anyway, I wanted to show you one thing which is not so healthy, because here we always see a 2x ratio. Yearn Finance, look. So what do you have? You have a market cap of 1 billion and the total value locked only half of that. So I'm personally not buying into yuan finance. This is just like one example how I can see, okay, this is something I'm not buying. Balancer is one thing I was talking about recently. Balancer is actually something I was buying all the way back in September already, no, in August, I think. So what you can see here is a market cap of 370 billion US dollar, a million US dollars, but the total value locked is 1.2 billion. So this is three times that. One thing which is important to understand here is you have a high future inflation. So what you have to look out for is the fully diluted valuation towards the total value locked. And there you have a 3x. This is not so healthy, guys. Be very careful here if you hold it for the long run. In the short term, this can pump. In the long run, it is very dangerous. So what do we have here? Cardano. You know what, guys? I'm gonna do it. I will talk about Cardano. I have it in the thumbnail, so let's talk about that. And Cardano just recently reached number 4 in the market cap. So I wanted to give a big shout out for everyone here holding Cardano. I mean, it's just crazy what this project did. And you remember I was actually in a Zoom call with the founder himself of Cardano just recently. I should have looked into that when I was in this call, actually, to be honest. But they are a crazy outperformer. $20 billion market cap. This is crazy. Even the fully diluted supply is like 30 billion US dollars. Very maximum. So what you see here, if you think you are late to the game, well, maybe you are late to the game, to be honest. But what you can see here, the pump right now is approximately only half of what we had back then. And one thing is for sure, I'm not telling you this one will pump further. Maybe it will. Actually, if you look at this, it might, right? Because this bull cycle will be much crazier than the last one. What I want to tell you is the fundamentals here are not 5x better. They are 20x better than the fundamentals back then for Cardano. Because what you have to understand is in 2017, the Cardano fundamentals were awful. They were horrible. I mean, they were promising so much and doing nothing. Right now, they are actually doing a lot. They are now smart contract complete, actually, I think since, I don't know, recently. And they are actually working much more on their project. The volume is much higher just for the technical part. And of course, the blockchain itself is used much more, and they are actually delivering on their promises. I think they are in stage number 3. They had Shelly, and now they have stage number 3 actually launched recently, and there are 2 more stages. I think 2 more stages. Correct me if I'm wrong. So at least you can see the fundamentals are coming, and the divergence between the valuation and the fundamentals is not as big as it was before. So congratulations for everyone who is in here. And am I buying Cardano? Maybe I'm buying it, but you are not going to get the craziest gains here. Like for... I think I'm back, guys. The connection broke up. Am I back? 400 people dropping out because we have 10 seconds of connectivity issues? Come on, guys. Come on. What we can do now is to bring the people back is we can make noise for the algorithm. If you smash up the like button, you make a lot of noise in the comment section and you share the video, we can make sure that we get the people back into the stream. 800 people left the stream because we had a small problem here, connectivity wise. One thing I wanted to talk about, actually it's a very interesting thing to talk about, is rootstock. And I have to make more research here on the fundamental point of view. I actually invested back then in their ICO, and they were underwater for ages because VCs were dumping on the projects. Recently, rootstock was listed on Binance again. One thing I like about that is actually the narrative, because what you have with rootstock, and guys, please understand that I'm not pumping it. I'm not saying that this is going to pump, but rootstock is interesting because what rootstock actually does is they have a second layer on the Bitcoin blockchain. So what you can do is you can bring smart contracts in the Solidity programming language on the Bitcoin blockchain. So whereas Ethereum actually had the smart contract use case, Bitcoin had the money value, store of value use case. With rootstock, you have a second layer, just like Lightning, a second layer on top of Bitcoin, and you can program smart contracts on top of Bitcoin, and you have settlement transactions. Of course, they have a stable coin actually where you pack it on RSK, pack it on the Bitcoin blockchain, and then you can perform smart contracts on top of Bitcoin in the Ethereum programming language. So this is of course a very interesting thing, and you have a market cap of 150 million, a fully diluted one of 250 million. So it's extremely smart people involved in that project. The only problem is they suck at marketing. They are horrible at marketing. I reached out to them. They don't understand the value of influencers. They are horrible at marketing. Very bad. But fundamentally, they have extremely smart people working on that project. And the problem with crypto is you need marketing. And without marketing, it's very hard, because if you have the greatest project, as long as you are not Bitcoin, you need marketing, right? Bitcoin has no marketing as well, but at least it's a beautiful project. So what you can see here is they are starting to pump a little bit, but a project like this floating around a 60 million market cap, when you actually bring Solidity smart contracts on top of Bitcoin, it should pump more, right? Anyway, it is pumping already. This is a project I'm nibbling in, fundamentally strong. I don't know if it's gonna pump. If you wanna buy the fundamentals, feel free to do so. I cannot promise you any pumps here, but it is just a project which I was looking out for. And you never know if they are going to be successful with any marketing. But fundamentally, if you can bring smart contracts, decentralized applications on top of Bitcoin, you have a higher security with these settlement transactions on the most secure blockchain in the history of mankind, in the most secure network in the history of mankind. Of course, it's an interesting thing to look out for. It's just they need some marketing. So if someone of Rootstock, of Riff Rootstock Foundation is watching, please, for the love of G, implement some marketing, hire some people for that. It's not the hardest thing, right? You are not Bitcoin, you need that. Anyway, let's talk about other things. So Riff, for sure, interesting thing to look out for. I'm personally buying in. I actually invested also back then in the ICO. So yeah, just can't promise anything. It's just they should put more into marketing. Anyway, let's talk about the next ones. Nano. Someone was suggesting Nano. What's happening with Nano here? And it's one of the older altcoins. Wow, this is interesting. So Nano, not DeFi, right? It's not DeFi. It's just like a very, very cheap transaction blockchain. And we want to focus here on DeFi. We want to focus on the big narrative. Just one thing I wanted to show you is there are altcoins which didn't pop yet. This was Nano in 2017. This is the Nano pump right now. We had a crazy pump for Nano, but this is the pump right now. So of course, in hindsight, this is much lower than back in the days. The question is, are these altcoins from the cycle actually going to pump at all? Well, this is the question, guys, who no one really knows. You can make the speculative bet, but you don't know if they are going to pump. Monero, beautiful project. Dash, beautiful project from back in the days. Many of these projects, very beautiful. But they didn't pump yet. They pumped, but not as crazy as these small new altcoins. And this is why I think it is good to be involved in these launch pads, whatever it might be, paid ignition or Uniswap or Trust Swap, just to make sure. I think even DuckDAO, Dime, they have also a launchpad, just to make sure that when these small altcoins are coming out and you have a small allocation, whatever, $100, $1,000, you might lose it all, but the upside is very, very high for them. So any other questions? We have to wrap it up actually very soon. One thing I wanted to talk about as well, just for everyone joining here, you know that I am involved in very big trades. I opened trades on Bitcoin way back at $9,000 US, way back at $10,000 US, at $15,000 US. All of them are still open because I only took constantly profits on the way up, and I always left a big chunk in. But I just opened 2 new trades recently. I opened one trade actually when Elon Musk put his the Twitter handle in his bio, and I opened another trade when he confirmed it. The other trade I opened just recently is this one here, guys. You can see it right there. and it is right now 120,000 US dollars in a profit. I opened it approximately at 33,000 US dollars. So this one is a very risky one, guys. I am here with a 35x, but I was buying that. It's actually crazy that I'm still in here. I was buying the Elon Musk narrative. And so far, congratulations for everyone who jumped in that trade. We are making significant profits over here. So, but we have much more. We have much more. This trade here is actually, this is my long-term trade. This is my legendary trade. I jumped in at 9,400 US dollars with 200,000 contracts. It's still open with 645,000 US dollars in profits. Congratulations for everyone, for the very few people who jumped in that trade with me. Anyway, I want to show you my trade I just opened recently with that Elon Musk confirmation. And it's this account where I'm actually saving up for my legendary trade. And I'm saving up right now again. I have 23 Bitcoin already accumulated on this specific account to save up for the next one. But this one was actually 165,000 US dollar contract. And I bumped it up by another 2.5 million US dollars here in contracts, because I was sure that once Elon Musk confirms, this is going to go crazy. This is why I was buying the news here. Congratulations for everyone who jumped in that trade with me. 180,000 US dollars already taken, 640,000 US dollars currently in profits. And I am not taking profits before we are hitting the 44,000 US dollar level on the specific trade. And then I'm continuously scaling out on these trades. If you want to join me on these trades, you can trade not only Bitcoin, but also altcoins. Down below in the video description, I have a 12,000 US dollar free Bitcoin and altcoin trade for you. If you click the Bybit link as an experienced trader, after your initial deposit and also after making the account, takes like 1 minute in total, you get this trade completely for free in the video description down below. Let's go back here quickly into Bitcoin, and as you can see, this line is holding strong here. This is the cup and handle. This is the cup, this is the handle, this is the breakout. So far it seems that Bitcoin was pumping up and giving you, if we are holding this line, only if we hold this line, a second chance to enter the trade. A second chance to enter this trade with the technical price target of 44,000 US dollars. Very, very interesting, guys, but we have to hold this horizontal line. We should not close below 37,800 US dollars. If we close below that, it might get a little bit more dangerous here. There are no exchanges for 90% of the altcoins. Might be true so far, but you can trade all of them on decentralized exchanges, right? It's just, is there liquidity or not? That's the question. Anyway, any other questions, guys? Any other questions? Wow, I need more of my beautiful coconut. By the way, guys, coconuts are hydrating you a lot. They have a lot of electrolytes, so when I'm drinking one coconut, I'm getting more hydrated. I'm killing more of my thirst, actually, of rather drinking the same amount in water. Any other questions? Could you talk about Ethereum on CME? Yeah, usually CME listings are not so good. You remember Bitcoin was listed in December 2017. We dumped down, right, on CME. What's actually bullish is the grayscale. Because grayscale, whenever people, retail investors, institutional investors, or whatever, are buying on grayscale Bitcoin, grayscale needs the equivalent actually in their cold storage to back it up, because they are physically backed. The same thing now with the Ethereum Grayscale Trust. It was just announced recently. I made a post on that on Twitter. And whenever people, retail investors or institutional investors, are buying Ethereum, well, they have to be backed by real Ethereum in their cold storage. So recently, they just bought 38 million US dollars worth of Ethereum. Sounds low, right? But it's just the beginning. They are buying on a freaking daily basis. Just remember with Bitcoin, they started very low, but now they are holding so many Bitcoin. So this is, of course, a good thing. It contracts the circulating supply. On the other hand, it can work against us in the future whenever this big cascade of fearful behavior of the market participants is starting and people are starting to sell. Well, these institutions, Grayscale and so on, they have to sell off their backs also, as the interest and the volume and the holdings of them will decrease as well. They have to decrease the underlying holdings and they will dump it on the market. So this crazy chain reaction towards the upside will also work towards the downside. Any other questions, guys? Reef. I bought Reef myself, but in the ICO stage, in the private sale stage, and then Binance was picking it up. Beautiful, very, very lucky on that one. I'm not always lucky, but I was lucky on that one. Any other questions? Wow, so many questions. One up. Someone is asking one up. I don't even know that. I don't even know that. So I can't tell you anything about the narrative. Let me quickly check. It's too low to talk about it. I don't want to. I know if I mention specific altcoins which are too low in market cap, they are just going to explode, and I don't want that. I don't want to be the reason for the pump. I want to be the reason for your gains, guys. This is why you subscribe to the MMCrypto channel, right? I don't want to be the reason for the pump, the reason for our gains, right? It's just not good ethically to pump and dump. This is why I don't like this Wall Street bet thing so much, guys. I want to give a big warning also. You know this Wall Street bet story, right? And it seems like it's millionaires from Wall Street giving back. In the end of the day, it's just a freaking pump and dump scheme. No one is saying that. I have to tell you. Of course, it was nice to punish the hedge funds with GameStop, right? It was nice. But in the end of the day, there were a lot of people. The amount of people increases, actually. The average investment in GameStop decreased per person, but the overall investments increased, or the speculations. The number of people involved increased as well. So you have a pyramid like this, more and more people joining in. So in the end, when it dumps down, the most amount of people is getting punished. It's a pyramid scheme. It's a pump and dump. So these cool millionaires on Wall Street, they are actually dumping on the people who are actually supporting the narrative of killing the hedge funds. So all this Wall Street bets thing is actually not a thing I am supporting. It's a horrible thing, even though it's nice to maybe punish hedge funds. In the end of the day, the people who are punished the most is the retail investors buying in last. So most of the people involved in these pump and dump schemes, they are actually, they are actually losing money in the end of the day, because inherently you know that the only thing where you have a lot of short positions from hedge funds is obsolete business models like GameStop, like AMC. So you are actually buying into something with horrible fundamentals, into a company which was not able to adapt. So of course, after the big pump, the dump has to happen. You are not buying into fundamentals. And this is why I want to give a big warning. Don't engage into this Wall Street bet pump and dumps, okay? So, any other questions? Exactly as you predicted. Yeah, beautiful. We made so many nice and accurate predictions recently. Very, very nice. I'm so happy about your gains, guys. I can't even tell you. Like, do you remember this guy I met here in Mexico? That was completely insane. I mean, I just met a random guy on the street. He was screaming, Chris, Chris. He was completely freaking out. Such an amazing person. He was telling me he started trading Bitcoin with our channel and he made 2.7 million US dollars from that. It's this guy here. Did you see the video? 53,000 views on Twitter, and he actually shared a story here that he made 2.7 million with this trading based upon our TA. Look at this. Guys, I met a follower here, and he has a story to share. What happened, man?
Man, I'm talking about 2.7 M's, man. I'm in Tulum. I've been thinking about this dude. I just was talking about him yesterday and boasting about what he does for people, and he does it for free. The frequency. Thanks, when you want to push it forward, it happens. We balling, baby.
Very nice, man. This guy, 2.7 million. Can you imagine that? And now think about our videos are watching like 100, 200,000 people per video. I mean, I don't want to know how many billions in profits we created with our TA here on this channel. This truly lightens up my head, my heart. And if I'm making $1 million here, $2 million there, $4 million there, it's nothing against your gains combined, guys. I am so happy to meet people who get millionaires because of our channel. Really, like, I would start breaking out in tears if it wouldn't be that embarrassing in front of 100,000 people here. Very amazing. That's why I'm always very happy of you sharing your story in the comment section as well. If you're sharing that here right now, I'm happy to share it also towards the people here. If you were a little bit distracted by my thing here, like I had a bee floating around there. All right. No leverage in the USA. Yeah, I mean, I have this link down below for Bybit where you can use it and make your own account. You get $620 bonus. If you are in the United States, it is I don't know if it's allowed or not, but they are blocking the IP. Make sure that you make research whether it's allowed or not for you. If it's allowed for you legally, you can use a VPN. If not, don't do it. So Any other questions? Any other questions? Have a good cry, brother. Yeah. You know what, guys? I have to end it up very soon. I have to go to the gym. I'm losing my muscles already, so we have to do something against that. But we talked actually about more than 7 altcoins here. 7 of them, of course, as altcoins I'm holding, and I'm also trying to scale, planning to scale in. Let me quickly check this. Oh wow! Look at this. Look at this. SnowSwap is already pumping here. But be very careful, guys. We don't want to be engaged into pump and dumps. I'm not buying and selling immediately. Any other questions, guys? Wow, still 10,000 people. Crazy. Crazy. Always take care also about your body, of course. Not only about your wallet, not only about your mind, but also about your body. Because you know, we have the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the unconscious mind, which is our body. We need all 3 of them to be in alignment with our purpose. Otherwise, you're not going to reach your goals. So the body is just as important. Any other questions? Coconuts are crazy. Personal Q&A. Yeah, I'm gonna do that on Instagram. You know what, guys? If you want to know more about my lifestyle, mindset, also about crypto content, I would highly recommend you to subscribe to the following thing here. It is completely for free. I push daily content over there. And, oops, Chris MMCrypto. Come on, where is it? Just a second. Appa. One more second, guys. So if you want more of this content, make sure you follow me over on Instagram at Chris MMCrypto with the blue verification checkmark. Just type in on Instagram Chris MMCrypto and follow me over there. And you can make sure that you get daily content. I'm pushing that here. And sometimes I'm going live. I was going live here. Got 18,000 views on Instagram. That's a lot for me. And yeah, just join me here. Sometimes I'm even making a live video with some of my followers. Very, very important. Just join me over there. See also nice photos with Nusret, Kevin Kurani, German national player, Saigin Yalchin, self-made billionaire from Dubai. I'm dancing here with Evan Luther on the beach. It's like very funny stories, lifestyle, mindset, entertainment, and also crypto content. Follow me over at Chris MMCrypto on Instagram. Any other questions, guys? What do you think about OneChain? Oh, wow, OneChain. Quickly, OneChain. Let's talk about OneChain very quickly. I like OneChain. I invested in the ICO in 2017. I like it. I like it. Let's have a look. So, OneChain. What I have to do is, so I will talk about OneChain. OneChain can be a good bet, but I want to know what they are doing right now. I want to know what they are doing fundamentally. So I will make my research and I will come back to you and tell you, because they are not pumping yet really, right? 45 cents, they are not pumping yet. So the question is, this was the pump in the beginning and now it's just sideways, sideways, sideways. I want to know if they are working on something DeFi related, on a launchpad, on whatever. This could be a very interesting bet because I really like their project. I really like their team. So I will make some research and then talk about that again. Because sometimes it's dangerous to buy into something only because it didn't pump yet. Because maybe there's a reason for it that it didn't pump yet, right? Maybe it is dangerous sometimes not to buy in something which pumped already if it is still undervalued. So in the end of the day, the past performance is not always the only indicator for us to buy into something. If it would be, OneChain would be a buy. But we want to know, are they in the narrative? Are they actually working on something right now? And this is something I'm going to be finding out, and I will let you know. So, any other questions? You know what, guys? I have to go to the gym. I will come back to you very, very soon. Today was amazing. We had so many people here. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for smashing up the like button. 7,000 likes, probably like 60, 70,000 people watching in total. So thank you so much for that. We will see each other very soon at the next one of MMCrypto. And as always, guys, as always, bye-bye.